Hey, so it's Sunday. Oh my goodness, I'm late. It's welcome to the Daily Dose at 8:11 a.m. Sunday mornings. And I didn't sleep in, I promise you, just as a hectic, busy morning. The wife and I are going out of town and just a lot going on. And we got kids up. One's kids got a friend over, and we're packing and doing all that stuff. Right? We're the type of people that pack last minute. At least I am. Actually, my wife and I are. Whether it's like overnight or a couple of days or even 2 weeks, we pack last minute. I don't know if you're the type of person who likes to like organize it all, and I think because I grew up in a house where my mom would pack literally like 2 weeks in advance for like an overnight trip. That's just what's her deal. She liked to be super organized. I think I'm revolting. So I still have to pack, and we're heading out of town. But anyway, it's Sunday, right? It should be sleeping in. We should be just resting and relaxing and taking a day to just get our bodies back, get ready for the new week ahead. And I had to come on here, I said, as 8 a.m. because I've pledged to you 8 a.m. daily dose. And I just had to sit for a minute, and I want to just be real with you, is that I really was like, like today was really one of those days. I was like, oh, I got to do the daily dose, which I really don't, right? It's not like anybody's paying me to do this. But I've pledged to do this and committed to do this. And in all the craziness, what was really awesome in the moment is that I had to just stop and say, you know what, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I get to share a bit about my life, about my story, about what I do, about who I am, about my faith. I have gotten messages from people, just thank you for being bold in your faith. And there's nothing really ultimately special, if you will, that I have other than just a willingness to be available, right? I think in a time where a lot of us just aren't available, we have no more appointments. Well, maybe we are starting to have appointments, but we're just being available to people. And I like that I have friends and family members who are available to me. And even though maybe we don't live near each other or never even met face to face, is that there's an availability. So today's Sunday, it's like that gratitude, attitude of gratitude. And it made me think, in all the busyness, packing and kind of getting up and doing all the stuff and getting organized, my mother-in-law coming over, staying with the kids, all that stuff, is I had to stop and pause for a minute because I was thinking about, and then I got to do my daily dose at 8 o'clock. And then I just was thinking a minute, it's like, these are all things that I should be really grateful for, things that are opportunities for me to be a parent, for me to actually go away with my wife for a few days, to be able to travel a little bit right now. Like there's just something to be said about things and opportunities that we have in life. And that's where it's easy to get caught up in the busyness and the hecticness, right? Do you feel me on this? Like pop down in the chat, like, yeah, like busy is crazy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, like how your Sundays are supposed to be like just kind of sleep in, maybe have some brunch, relax, maybe watch a little TV or read a book or, meal prep. My students, I talk to them about getting ready for the week ahead, but really just kind of soaking in, maybe reflecting on what you did the week before, or really more importantly, thinking about like the opportunities that are to come in the week. It's the last week of the month. We have only 2 more months. I know some of you are just excited to get 2020 behind you, but the reality is that 2020 is still here. We still have 2 months, and we can do a whole lot of really, really amazing things in the next 2 months. And sometimes we get caught up in all the stuff we need to do in the busyness, and it's easy to just put aside being gratitude to where you're at right now. And I'm just so grateful. I just wanted to express my gratitude today to you. We've done Gratitude Saturdays in the past, and I actually haven't done that in a little while. I've usually spoke on another topic, but on Sunday, we're going to just make today gratitude. I just want to say how thankful I am for those of you who have come on, maybe listened for one time and hit the like button or the love button, or they shared it with a friend. They shared an episode that maybe resonated with them, and they knew a friend maybe would get some value out of that. They've sent me private messages. And for those of you who live, in my neighborhood here, who maybe I see in the grocery store, and again, it isn't something necessarily magical that I'm saying, but something resonated with you. And I want to just say thank you for following me. Thank you for taking a few moments to listen. Again, not just for me to come on here. Obviously I use this as a big part of my business to share, because I know a lot of times when it comes to looking for somebody to help them help you on a fitness journey, on a weight loss journey, it's you want to know who that person's about, what they're really like. And I hope that I've been as far as transparent as I possibly can with you. I'm a messed up, broken Christian father and a 48-year-old who has no hair, who has this gray from children, right? And I think living in New York City, I had some gray. And then being a parent definitely put some gray there. And I'm flawed. I have just as many issues and challenges. I do have a strong faith and belief in God and his path for my life. And I often don't want to follow it because it means it's uncomfortable sometimes. I totally get that as well. For humans, I think the more we can be just real with each other instead of this whole like highlight reel, if you will, or our best of the best pictures and the best of this. To be honest with you, I was going to prep something. I usually have something prepped, and this morning I kind of just was running out of time, and I was like, you know what? God's just telling me to just come on here and say thank you, being grateful. Thank you for those of you who even reach out for help as a fitness. I would like to say that I'm an expert at this point in my life, 25 years of doing this and making this my life's work. Literally, like since 1995, having taken my very first personal training client and has taken them under my wing, had no idea what I was doing, and I haven't looked back. I've been doing it for over 25 years at all different levels and even had my own gym. In fact, I'm really excited to share with you now, if you've listened to this point, is I'm going to, and I shared it maybe about a year ago. I actually recorded my story, like my life story, and I did 4 parts of it, and I'm really excited to share that with you this week. So be on the lookout for my origin story, and it's a bit behind the scenes. I kind of just reel back who I am as a person, something that I think a lot of people like to hide, and I would say it was definitely a bit of therapy for me to be able to talk about it, to talk about my life story. But I know out of that, it may, even if it reaches one person and it helps one person, it's definitely in lines with where I'm going, because I want to help as many people as I possibly can, whether it's on a coaching level, whether it's just here in messaging through my Facebook profile. I don't really like the whole politics and all the other stuff. That's all out there. Again, that's all there, and I get it. But it's not going to change the fact that I still need to move forward. I still need to work. I still need to help people. I still need to make a living. And with that, today, I just have to say that I'm so grateful for all of you. This year has been an incredibly awkward, I think is a weird, awkward, just weird, strange, challenging, but I would say for me personally, a very fruitful year, a very exciting year, a very driven year, having the direction and the focus of having outside mentors and coaches pouring into me. I've never had the kind of support that I've had in this past year. And I'll tell you what, if you don't have the support, if you don't have any kind of support, I don't know how you're surviving. And I can just tell you as a firm believer in having support, investing in yourself, now is the time. This year might have drained your accounts out, right? It might have drained your emotional accounts out, your spiritual accounts out, your financial accounts out. It might have just drained you. But the good news is as long as you're up and as long as you're awake and you have a heartbeat and you're breathing, you still have purpose. And that purpose is super valuable. In fact, that's the kind of value you can move forward and be like, you know what? I woke up today. I can be grateful for the Sunday that I have. I can be grateful that maybe I'm not where I'm at, but I'm definitely not where I was in the past. And I can say for me, partly because of you who are listening, who are sharing, who are talking to people, who have brought people to me, who have actually reached out and said, Mark, I would love to know more about what you offer people and how you help. How do you get somebody to lose 30, 40 pounds during a pandemic where they don't have gym access? They, are stuck home with their kids. They're struggling. Their schedules are all off. They're busy, busy, busy. How are you able to help them? And I know that it is possible because I've proven that time and time again. And this year was probably one of the biggest challenges for me. But in that sense, you learn how to adapt. You learn how to level up your skills. You learn how to realize, and as a 40 or 48-year-old, you can either stay stuck or you can move forward. And for me, moving forward looks like having people help me move forward. And I don't know where you're at in your life. I don't know where you're struggling. I don't know where maybe you're stuck. I don't know, even if you have a hard time finding gratitude in life. There was a couple of people. We used to do this I have to share this real quick. We used to do this when I first started online coaching. I had a private page, and I asked my students to post something that they were grateful for every single day. Like it was just an automatic kind of part of the program. And I remember I had a few people that were just having a hard time saying, like, they even reached out to me like, Mark, I'm really like, I'm struggling having something to be grateful for. And in that moment, like when I heard that, and that was more than probably a couple of times, I don't know what I'm really grateful for. And I would say, that's really a problem. Like, there's never been a time, like, there's been times that I've been disappointed in people and aggravated and frustrated, but there isn't a time that I've ever not felt that there was something to be grateful for. And that could be looking at how far you've already come. Look, if you've survived, even if it's not been the best year, maybe even if it was a complete crap show for this year, realize you're here. You've made it this far. You've gotten through. We almost got through to the end of 2020. There's still a little bit of time left. There's still time to improve. There's still time to progress. There's still time to make headway, to learn new things, to grow, to get better, to get healthier, to get more fit, to build more confidence. Is all that still left? And I would say, as I look back at how I've had people pour into me, into my life and my relationships, my family, my wife, is it perfect? It's so far from perfect. In fact, I question my parenting skills on a hourly basis. And I even question as far as a husband and even not just a parent, but having parents and being a kid. Am I really being the best I can be for my parents? Those are the type of things. And I know still at the end, there's always room for improvement, right? We're all works in progress. I'm definitely a work in progress. Let me know if you listen to this. If you're a work in progress, put down there #work in progress. I want to see that down below. If you are discouraged, if you're, really struggling right now, if you're struggling, I talk to people all the time, Mark, I'm struggling with all this politics, and this person put this sign in the yard, and I can't believe they posted that. And yeah, I get it. But you can be the reality is, you can either be focused on that, you can react, if you will, like you can be explosive and reactive to those types of things, or you can realize that yes, you can acknowledge it, then you can move it over and just respond in a way that's not going to really waste a whole lot of unnecessary energy. Because I think it's safe to say, for me, maybe not you, but for me, and when it comes to like politics or like your views of the world, you can ask yourself this: if you were like, even maybe this past year when everything went down and all the challenges and struggles and what the president did or didn't do or how this election is going, all that stuff, has anybody really changed your mind at all? Like, I have a feeling if you're anywhere near my age, chances are you're pretty set in your ways. You're set in your values. If you don't have any value, maybe you're figuring that out. But if you've been brought up a certain way, if you lived a certain lifestyle, if you had a certain environment, if you work a certain job, if you have faith or don't have faith, chances are there's not going to be too much. I've gotten about 20, I don't even know, maybe even more, 40, 50 flyers in the mail, both sides, president, like, and I'm like, why even bother? I know who I already voted actually, but that's not like the point is like, there's so much wasted energy that can be put into useful things, into learning and growing and getting better and improving your life and in being a better parent and being a better spouse to your significant other and just living life to the fullest. So anyway, I have to just say thank you so much. Thank you. I'm so grateful for those of you, even if you're kind of like more the voyeur and you don't say anything or you don't like or you don't post, that's cool too. Thank you. Just keep watching me. I hope to provide more content. If there's something you'd like me to speak about with regards mainly to health and fitness and maybe even on a spiritual sense, if you want to reach out to me, I'd love to hear from you. Send me a private message. If you want to be private, just send me one. I'll keep it private between you and me and we can talk about it. Anyway, that's it. I got to finish packing and we got to get on the road. I'll be sure to send you, going to be coming on live in the next probably couple days to share with you what we're doing. Some exciting things. Take care. God bless. We'll see you soon.